Hey everyone, it's Byron. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ. Got a little different setup. I am currently recovering from left knee replacement and doing well, so thank you for your concern. I wanted to share some visualization I've been doing lately about some realizations I've come to over the past little while. I'm going to throw out a couple terms. Narcissism. I'm going to throw out a term some people refer to as Jezebel spirit. But either way you look at those two, it's a controlling spirit, and you can add to that witchcraft. And witchcraft from a fleshly level is just doing something to control you in the natural. Witchcraft on a spiritual level would be casting spells, etc. But all these things come to my mind as I'm about to discuss this topic that I'm here doing now. Throughout my life, most often I have thought of this world as a fleshly world, realizing that the Holy Spirit worked. I knew that hands down. But most often I would think, well, I'm just arguing with a person, or this person came against me, etc. And we know that Paul wrote, for we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with powers and principalities and rulers of the darkness, etc. So Paul is saying we're not fighting fleshly issues, we're fighting spiritual issues, or rulers in the high up places among the spiritual hierarchy. So I had this visualization come to me, and if you would consider yourself for a moment to be a pinball. And if you look at a pinball game, I'll play you a clip while I'm talking here. In a pinball game, you have a thing called, I guess it's called a plunger. You pull it back and the ball goes into play, such as you going into your time on Earth. And then the ball encounters so many different things. There's bumpers, there's things called kickers, various other things on the pinball game. And the course the ball would have normally taken, or you as the pinball would have normally taken, has been altered by, say, the bumper or whatever. So I started visualizing that game as I thought about people in my life who I have run into who've changed my course, not for the good, but for the negative, and most often from a controlling perspective, manipulative, narcissistic, Jezebel type things that you can look up Jezebel manipulation, Jezebel spirit, etc. But narcissism is very close, if not it. But I thought it would be good to share that visualization, because if this is a game called life, which it is, and if I'm playing it and I am running my course through life, hopefully the course, the perfect will of God that God has ordained for me, and I've learned that, then I am out on a mission to stay the course, to set my head like a flint, meaning just, I'm determined. Ride like Jehu rode. But there's things going to come against me and you. And those things are part of the game. They're not removable. God has created vessels for destruction. He has created vessels for righteousness, good vessels. The potter has made them all. He created Pharaoh helped God show God's power on earth because God had created him. So there is potentially a person out there specifically designed, such as a bumper on a pinball machine, to try your faith, to come against you in a certain way, to see if they can change the course of your destiny / the perfect will of God for your life. And I use destiny very hesitantly. I just came to mind. Because you use that word and you get into a bunch of other craziness out there among people that call themselves Christian. But, so if we were to think of our life, think of our times here on this earth as if it were to be a game, or if it were to be serious to the point I'm going to stay the course, and you knew every time someone came up in your face, that's potentially a narcissist, a Jezebel spirit, or some spirit coming against me, just like the bumper on a pinball machine, or just like the kicker on a pinball machine, I am not going to allow this particular person, this particular spirit, whatever is that is confronting me right now, to change my course. And that's the visualization that I had. I wanted to explain it and try to get it through, and hopefully I have. And thank you all for your time.